Hey, welcome to the KP restaurant. My name is Kiara. I will be your server. You can go ahead and have a seat and I'll be right with you in a moment. Here's our menu so you can take your time to look over the options and I'll be right back to put your order in. Okay, so it looks like you chose the lemon pepper salmon. I'll go ahead and put your order in with the kitchen, and once your meal is finished, I'll bring it right out. All right, so we just got our first ordering of the night. I did went ahead and put the ticket up over here. We are going to be making some lemon pepper salmon. We don't want to keep our customer waiting for too long, so let's jump right into it. The first thing we're going to do is to get started on these mashed potatoes, so let's get going on that. I went ahead and preheated the oven to 400 degrees. While that's getting nice and hot, I am going to get started on my garlic. This is what I like to put my garlic in. So we are going to pretty much roast our garlic in the oven for 40 minutes. Once it comes out, you're gonna hit that bad boy right in the freezer because it's gonna be extremely hot, and I'm not trying to lose my fingers. I need all of them. I'm gonna grab the potatoes, and I'm also gonna grab a head of garlic that I will be using for this recipe. Before I get started on cutting this garlic, I'm just gonna go ahead and wash my hands. Right now, I'm starting off by removing some of the skin of the garlic. We don't want to remove too much, but just whatever loose pieces that are there. Y'all, it looked like I removed the whole thing, but let's ignore that. Next, we're gonna go ahead and cut the top of our garlic off. This is what you should have. If you have a piece hanging off or pieces hanging off, it's fine. They all gonna be cooked the same exact way. Go ahead and grab your oven-safe dish, put your garlic inside, and then I'm gonna top it off with some olive oil. This is the oil that I'll be using here, so I'm just gonna open it up, drizzle a little bit on top. You don't wanna do too much. And then I'm gonna set this right in the oven, 400 degrees for 40 minutes. Y'all, I forgot the top. Don't make mistakes. Just like this. These are the potatoes that I'll be using. So these are red petite potatoes. They're fairly small, and we're gonna keep the skin on. So I'm just gonna take them out the bag, give them a good wash, and set them in a pot of boiling water. But first, we're gonna get that pot of boiling water on the stove. We got our pot of water here, and I didn't fill it up all the way. I did like a little bit under half. You never wanna fill it up when you're doing potatoes because the volume of the potatoes inside of the water will just continue to rise and rise and rise after each potato you add. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my potatoes, but I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna wash them with. This is what I use to clean my potatoes. I got organic fruit and vegetable wash, and I also have like a vegetable brush. I'm just going to give them a good spray. Then I'm going to take my brush, and I'm also going to rinse them off as well, but I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to clean each and every potato. All right, so now that we got our potatoes nice and washed, I am just gonna go ahead and chop these up. Then I'm gonna add them to the pot of boiling water with a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna cook them until they're tender. Now that our potatoes are all cut in half, we're gonna take them over to the boiling water. While our potatoes are cooking, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on cleaning my salmon. So I have my salmon in a bowl here. I'm gonna fill it up with some water and add in some vinegar. I'm just gonna give it a nice vinegar bath, and I did went ahead and peeled the skin off already. That's why the back looked like that, but it's still gonna be good, y'all. Potatoes are ready. I'm gonna strain that. Before I do, let's get this garlic out. Our garlic just came out of the oven. I'm gonna set it in a freezer, and once I get my potatoes and everything mashed, I am gonna go ahead and add the garlic in. I got the potatoes here. I'm gonna take a bowl, dump them right in. This is the potato masher that I'll be using to mash my potatoes. I'm just gonna mash them up a little bit. I ain't gonna do too much because I do have more mixing to do once I add the butter and the milk. This is the plant butter that I'll be using here. I would tell y'all how much measurements I'll be using, but I wouldn't even know. Just let your heart guide you. I ended up doing 10 seconds. I'm just gonna mix it up. Now we're gonna pour our butter right in. I'm also going to be adding some milk. I'm using almond milk. You can use any type of milk that you want. Again, I will tell y'all with the measurements, but I'm just letting my heart guide me tonight. This is how much milk I use. So I'm just going to set this in a microwave for 10 seconds and then pour it right in. Now we're going to take our garlic and we're just pretty much going to squeeze it, and it's still kind of hot. This is how the potatoes look with the garlic added in. I'm just going to give it a really good mash. We're going to add some parsley flakes, black pepper, and salt. Mashed potatoes are done. Now we're going to put this to the side and work on our salmon. We're going to pat our salmon dry. Garlic powder, onion powder, lemon pepper seasoning, a little bit of paprika. We're gonna pat the seasonings in. I'm gonna go ahead and set this in an air fryer on 405 degrees for 15 minutes. Now we're getting started on the corn. I added 2 cans of this whole kernel corn. Now that I have it drained, I'm going to season it with 2 of these vegetable Maggi cubes, and then I'm going to add in black pepper and parsley flakes. Before I give it a good mix, I am going to add in a little bit of butter. Here's your lemon pepper salmon. Enjoy.